know if you guys are still there. It doesn't say that you are, so I'm not sure what happened. It appears that either YouTube had a dropout or my internet connection had a dropout, which doesn't normally happen, but always the first time. I'm just trying to get back into the room. Probably can't save rooms as favourites. It'd be so nice if you could. Excuse me. Where is the room? Hope the whole room didn't collapse. Maybe it did. Wow, a lot of rooms tonight. And so far, no car shows. Yeah, I'm looking. Trying to find it. Yeah, I could do it, that couldn't I? Yeah, I'll do that. That'll be quicker. Good point, Nick. Only problem is I always get mixed up with the rooms. Come on, where are you? It's East Inner Loop, isn't it? Yeah. Ha! There we go, or not? Only 2 people in the room. Is that right? Oh, that ain't it. Didn't bring up the room. I wonder why. Update list. No, it's not bringing it up. That's weird. Update list. Okay, alright. Go to that one. Yeah, yeah. Going there now. Fast as it loads. You can't join? Why not? Ah, yeah, I'm getting the same thing. Just came up on the screen, you probably see it. I don't know. Maybe the room owner's got a bad connection. Maybe that's why we got booted. I'm surprised there's no other car shows on. I thought there would be heaps. It's usually, no, you never can tell. Sometimes they have them in free run and sometimes they don't. Let's show off our best cars and see what we get. Car meet Nürburgring, no. Let me know if you get back in, Nick. That's all there is, so it can't be that. You're in? Okay, cool. Yeah, see, I'm seeing very low connectivity. on my screen for that Portuguese guy that's the room owner now. I'm just amazed that there's only 2 car show rooms open. No, I was kicked out. So whoever he is didn't want me in the room. I'm going to have a bit of a look and see if I can't find some other car shows. Yeah. I can start a room up. I've got one saved, pretty sure. But I'd rather look and see if there's other rooms up first. So I'm going to do that first, because usually if there are other rooms up, there'll be already a fair few people in there. That's what you want, you know, 7 to 10 at least. Okay, see you Nick, thanks for jumping on and having a look. And we'll see you again soon. Okay, what else have we got here? King of Italy. Could go and do some SF19 racing if I can't find a car show. If I can get the other room going. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Omar sent me a request too, I have to check. JD6 lane, don't know him. Cool. So this is a room for a car show. However, it doesn't have anybody in it. I don't know whether it's going to fill up. It's probably an old room, I'm guessing, and it's emptied out. I'm going to go back and look for more. I'm sure there will be car show rooms I should say, happening at this time of night. Very unusual for there not to be any. It'd be fantastic if you could search via text and just type car show, and all the rooms that have the word car show in them would populate. That'd be great. Mr. Kazunori or Sony, if you could look at that as a development going forward, that'd be great, because it'll save a lot of time I don't know what the average user spends searching through this list, and I get that there's no great way of filtering the list, but a room name search field would be cool. I know databases are not easy to maintain and they're not cheap to run, so I get that this crude form of searching is what's employed at the moment. Plenty of cops and robbers rooms. The cruise rooms at the Nürburgring aren't too bad either if you get a chance to have a try. There's a couple of guys that I know of that run them, and they do them quite well because they get everybody assembled at the tourist, what they call the tourist layout, or the tourist inferno, which is basically like the real Nürburgring. If you go there, there is a big paddock area about 3/4 of the way up the main back straight, the long straight, and that's where you come to drive the ring, and there are effectively boom gates, and you put in your money and the boom gate opens and you can then go out and drive around the Nordschleife. Or Nordschleife, I should probably pronounce it correctly. So they run their cruises using that layout, and they assemble everybody there, and they make sure that the types of cars are the right sort of cars when they choose a category or a segment, and then they cruise around the track. And they don't cruise around slow, like they do a good pace. And they stop along the way to make sure everybody catches up. So it's a great chance to look at all different cars, and again look at liveries, because you spend more time, I guess, driving along the track than you would in a car show. Usually the car show, you drive your car out of the pits, you drive about 500, 600 metres up to the end of Tokyo Eastern Loop, pit straight, park the car, you may be there for 30 seconds, the judging happens, and then off you all go to jump into your next car and for the next category. So you don't get to, there's one there, you don't get to see the cars a lot, and you park there so you can't really look around the cars. You sort of park there waiting for your car to be judged against everybody else's. You're not there looking at everybody else's car because the limitations on the viewing. So doing one of the tourist cruises on the ring in particular is a great way to actually get a good look at all the different car liveries that people come up with. Not much success here, am I? I must be about 3/4 of the way. No, I'm all the way through. Alright, let's do an update. See if anything else has come along. I did some wet driving today, albeit in a road car, in a cruise room, on my own. So I didn't really get a good feel for what the physics are like. What I hope is that they don't have the same problem that they had with GT6, whereby with the varying rain conditions, even though it stopped raining on the track and on the road, there were, if you like, puddles of water that you couldn't see, but all of a sudden you hit them, and your car would just aquaplane, but you had no idea there was even a puddle there to be prepared for it. So I hope that what they've done with the weather that they've just brought in this week I might try to get into this room here. It's a cruise room by the look of it, but in the absence of a show room, you can just jump in and out of cars, and you can have a bit of a look. It's getting late here. It's time is 11:30. No, it's 11:30. Okay. Car shall I jump into? What haven't I taken out today? I take the VGT out. Oh, no I can't. There's no VGT. Scratch that idea. Streetcar, okay, well, that's not a streetcar. Porsche's a streetcar, I can take that out. Bit of a fan of this new Porsche that I did last week because I think the combination of the wording and the pattern that the wording, I know I'll jump to out there so you can see it better. That livery is all Porsche. The word Porsche just put all over the car, and you'll see on the rear wing and on the front splitter that I've done it in white as opposed to the rest of the wording, which is in black, and I think the side mirrors are also in white. But yeah, it's just the word Porsche, just over and over and over again, and it took a fair amount of time because you have to get them all lined up correctly, and I didn't want to compromise on the font, so that's why at the back there you can see there's crossover right in the middle where the actual Porsche and the vents are, I should say, the air vents for the engine. Yeah, so sitting in a Formula 1 car, moron. I love the way people come into a rooms and they don't respect the room owner with respect to their type of car that they jump in. So it's the Porsche. I just do a lap and I'll just there's another one. Morons. Another moron. It's a cruise room, I believe. It did say what your speed limits were. There are cops around. Maybe I should get into my cop car. Coming up behind me. Yeah. Much bit of drift action. I also love the sound of the Porsches, especially the gear change, the thud in the differential. Don't know if you can hear it, but I'll get going again. If you listen, I'll be quiet and I'll go through from 2nd through to 6 and you can listen to the thud. come out as well as I'd hoped. I was going to get out, wasn't I? Right, so that's the Porsche. Let me just say hello. Yeah, so I'm going to jump into my M3, which is down here somewhere. There it is. That's a V8 supercar there. I love my Aston Martin too. I'll bring that out a bit later. So that's Omar, or Amor in front of me, who was listening to the channel earlier. Somebody's having fun. Okay, I'm going to stop the broadcast. Yeah, hope whoever was watching, or if you do watch this, that you'll subscribe. Sorry it was a bit boring there at the end, but yeah. Have a look at my Minecraft stuff and leave some comments. Cheers.